Collection is not available in any store. Here's how to order. Call this toll-free number now for Perry Como. 2 cassettes, $19.98. 2 CDs, $26.98 plus $4.95 shipping. Call now.
Right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
Well, these are scenes of Cleveland, Ohio. It started out as snow today, changed over to freezing drizzle. Now visibilities are down to 1¼ miles where it is snowing again. Well, welcome to Weather Center. I'm Rich Johnson. The Northeast and Midwest are getting their fair share of this winter storm. And for more on that and how it's affecting your evening commute, let's go to Janetta Jones in the Forecast Center.
Well, it's an icy mess in a lot of locations, and the roadways are turning into skating rinks where we're getting the freezing rain, the freezing drizzle, and the sleet. So let's go to it and show you how things are shaping up. Across the eastern half of the country, this is pretty much where all the action has been all day long. To the north, we have been talking about snowfall. To the south, we've been talking about rain and thunderstorms, and in the middle, that's where we have had some problems in the form of freezing rain, freezing drizzle, and a little bit of everything mixing together, but mostly freezing rain. The problem? We've got all of that moisture and warm air surging northward out of the Gulf of Mexico. It's riding up and over a shallow layer of cold air at the surface here, just about where the front is, and so that has been causing big-time problems with the freezing rain. To the north of that, it has been snow. In the major metropolitan areas, we've been seeing a snow event through the day today changing over. It's still all snow in Portland and Concord and Boston. However, you head a little farther to the south, and folks, we are talking about freezing rain now in New York City. At Kennedy and LaGuardia, it's freezing rain. We are seeing freezing rain on into Philly, and probably some problems in Washington, D.C. with icy conditions too, before changing over to all rain as the temperatures will be warming dramatically overnight tonight. And tomorrow, your forecast for the big cities calls for an all-rain event. Snow slowed down your commute today in Philly, and it's not going to get better as the night wears on. The snow was light to moderate. There were some bursts of heavy snow. Now it is mixing with sleet and freezing rain. And eventually we'll see the rain moving on into Philadelphia as well as New York City. And it looks like tomorrow is going to be a warmer day, but a rainy one with possibly some heavy rain. All right, we head a little farther to the west, and we'll tell you about some snow in places like Minnesota. A couple of inches of snow made the morning commute a slow one in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. The snow cleared out later in the morning, but bitter cold temperatures moved in. Tonight, you'll drop well below zero. And the snow showers continue on into Chicago and Milwaukee and Saginaw and Detroit. And we also have some heavier bursts of snow now upon you into the Cleveland metro area. And we have a crew standing by in Cleveland. Jim Cantoria is there. He's been seeing some heavy snow in the last hour or so. Jim, tell us what's going on.
Well, Janetta, we picked up probably about a half inch since we talked to you last, about 30 minutes ago, and that's made for some messy roads. We just had a little bit of a stall here on Route 2. This is the westbound traffic. Of course, the taillights, the headlights that you see coming off of the bridge there are the eastbound traffic folks. And they're moving a lot slower than they were, that's for sure, because of this layer of snow, which has moved on top of the slush and the freezing drizzle that we had earlier. As Rich mentioned, I think at the top of the hour, 1.25 miles sounds just about right. We may even be a little bit less than that here near the lakeshore because of the fog, but still a messy, messy night to do some traveling in. It's still only around 20 degrees. And folks, I'll tell you, if you are going to head out tonight for any kind of extensive travel, make sure you have that winter safety kit with you. I mean, it's just a good idea. Throw a couple extra blankets in, you know, maybe a bag of groceries just to get you through the night, and make sure you got plenty of coats with you, just in case you get stalled out here. We just saw, like I said, a car stall out on the road here. And, you know, granted, yeah, we're right in the middle of a major metro area, but what if you're out in the middle of nowhere, somewhere on the interstate? So that's what we want to be wary of tonight. Slippery roads are the rule tonight across northern Ohio. Janetta, we're snowing at least, well, 3/4 of an inch an hour, maybe a little bit stronger than that. And that's going to make for some troubles, because when you start getting up around 1 inch an hour, maybe even 1.5 inches, it's very tough for the road crews to keep up with all that. And they were prepared for it earlier on today, as they did close schools down right around 12:30 local time. But a lot of the advice we're hearing on the radios is, hey, you don't have to go out tonight. Don't, because it's just a miserable night. Good night to sit inside beside the fire, just kind of take it easy, read a good book, and just enjoy the nightlife. Back to you, Janetta.
All right, thanks so much, Jim Cantore. Sounds like good advice to me.
Right.
As we check out the rest of the country, we'll tell you about the colder temperatures that are going to be moving on in from Canada. Already sub-zero conditions in places like Sioux Falls and on into Bismarck and Fargo. And we're talking about teens as far south as Kansas City and St. Louis, and that will all be moving on into the Ohio Valley and into Cleveland, so get ready for some colder air, folks. Those wind chills are going to be brutal as well. Winter survival kit in the back seat of the car is probably not a bad idea. As that cold front is on the move, it will sweep on across into the eastern seaboard, and the cold air will arrive into New York City, Philadelphia, and Boston by Sunday. But for tonight and tomorrow, the warmer air is going to surge northward, and we're already at the freezing mark in New York City and getting close to it in Boston, actually. So temperatures are on the rise. How much snowfall are we going to get? Probably about 3 to 6 inches of snow where we have the darker pink, and then a little bit more in upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and on into Maine, as you will stay snow for a little while. Tomorrow morning, your forecast calls for all rain along the eastern seaboard. As the colder air moves in to the west from the west, we are going to see snow showers for you in the Ohio Valley tomorrow morning. Cleveland will still be in the snow. Pittsburgh will change back over to snow. We'll keep you posted on all the details tonight and tomorrow and throughout the weekend, but if you can't be with us,
Here's how to order. Call toll-free now for Opera's Golden Moments. 3 cassettes, $24.98. 3 CDs, $29.98. Call now.
Right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
pictures from Cleveland. A winter storm is making a mess on the roads tonight from the Great Lakes to the big cities of the Northeast. Hello everyone, I'm Warren Madden and welcome to this edition of Weather Center.
And I'm Jeff Morrow. Now the good news is that it is warming up in some areas so that maybe ice and snow won't be too much of a problem. We'll detail that in a moment. We're also watching powerful storms in the south and we'll have the Saturday forecast too. That's all coming right up. But first, today's wintry weather. Snow started falling in Boston at mid-afternoon just in time for the drive home on this Friday. Some of you managed to get in some jogging but before the snow got too heavy, but it's still snowing in and around the Boston area. Temperatures stuck in the 20s, but we do think a warming trend is on the way, but we're probably going to have to go through some freezing rain before we get to the rain. In New York City, well, the warm-up has begun. The snow you're seeing